Hey, I'm back for a quick update. Week has been a little crazy and it rained, so I haven't got any more done on the Chrome tutorial yet. I'm probably not going to be able to start it probably till next Monday. I've been rearranging my room, and I redid my mannequin for my Threepio, and it's pretty simple basic PVC, but I did a few mods that have made it a lot easier to take the suit on and off of the stand, which let's go take a look at that now. Sorry, my camera's a little bit low here, so we're going to have to kind of work this. Sorry if my head gets cut off. First big thing is I made the arms considerably easier to detach. Before, they're just PVC mounted, and I have to push the PVC in there to get a tight fit, which is really difficult when you have the actual costume parts on the arms. So one thing is, right now I'm using the urethane hands, but if you want to use the fiberglass hands, I found that these little T connectors fit just about perfectly right under the hand plate and are a really good base, so you can just plug these into the end of the hand here, and hand plate will fit over it. Oh, that was good. You can mount the hand that way pretty nicely, but take the rubber hands off, and these just slide out, and I used a really thin piece of PVC here, and just the weight of the arm holds it in place. It doesn't slip out or fall over or anything like that. It works really nicely. So you can see they just kind of come out pretty easy, which makes it much easier to work on the parts and less time consuming. Another big plus is I've taken the lower portion below the waist, and it's a larger diameter PVC pipe, and it's built right into a floor stand, which I'll show in a second. I'll cut it in here. So you can see right now I just have a piece of board over it, but underneath here there is PVC, and it runs up through the legs and it connects here, and then this is, I think this is 1.25 inch inside, and then this is 1 inch. These parts fit right into it. They sort of drop into place, so you can actually take the entire torso off and access the legs really easily, and it's just plugged right in. And it's freestanding, so as you can see, it's not leaning against anything. In a week or two, I have a base built for it properly, and I'm going to make it decorative, so it looks kind of like some floor panels. I've seen one of the Threepio stashes that has something similar to what I have in mind, where it looks like floor panels to the Death Star, something exciting like that. And I'll make a fiberglass cast of it and copy it over so I can make the same thing for my Stormtrooper here. But after it's done, I'll put casters on it so I can move the suit around really easily and get out of the way so I can vacuum behind here. One thing I've always used for all of my mannequins, my PVC mannequins, is 2-liter soda bottles. Work great for a head. I put there's this 1 inch PVC out of each side for the shoulders, and the soda bottle will plug directly into the top, just exactly right. And if you want to glue it in there, that's fine, but for like my War Machine suit here, it's just sitting like that. You can see soda bottle sitting right there, and it just plugs right into the PVC, and it works pretty nice. So it's a good trick. Alright, so I'm sure you noticed that the head was missing. So I have everything set up over here because I acquired 2 new faces and a new back bed, so like 1.5 new Threepio heads. This one, and it's a cast. It's not pretty, needs a lot of cleanup, but this is cast directly from an Empire Strikes Back face, and it's very cool. It's a lot of the little details I've always had problems with on other fan-made masks are perfect on this one. And also, with the same auction on eBay, I got this head, which is let's see, I'll put them next to each other here. So, I mean, for some reason this one looks longer and bigger, and this one looks wider. but they are identical in size. I've measured them every which way, all kinds of details. I've measured from the tip of the nose to the back here. I've measured these front to back, measured from the mouth to the back, measured from the corner of the mouth to the eyebrows, measured the eyebrow distance, measured the nose to the chin, the lip to the bottom, and both of these masks are exactly the same as far as those measurements go. The main difference is this one has slightly larger eyes. They're 2 millimeters larger in diameter, and I couldn't figure this out. And this actually didn't come with eyes. And the eyes that are in here are the ones that came with my original Starbucks Cylon head that were too big on that mask. But they fit here exactly. I mean, they couldn't fit better. And I asked Jim about the origins of these eyes, and he got them from a guy in the UK, which is where the guy I bought these from told me he picked this head up from. And I imagine it's the same maker. So let me see here if I have one of these other eyes. So this is one of a brass Zor guy. That's I'll take this pipe out here. This is from Moncow. It's real nice. You can see the difference in depth between the two. This is a lot shallower. And on both masks, and this one's, the eyes are smaller diameter by 2 millimeters than the other one. And the Zor guys fit pretty close, but they're still like a hair small. And if you've seen the Threepio pictures, you know that the eyes are very tight. There's no gap around them at all. But the this is like the 1.5 inch size, and they are too big. So somewhere in there, that got adjusted. And I have some suspicions that this one could be cast from a newer head from the prequel trilogy. I was looking at a lot of photos, and another thing it has is the ring here that continues all the way in, but and this one has the old school style that you can see in some of the shots, especially some of the profiles from A New Hope. You can really see this little cutaway here. I may put some in this blog post if I get some time tomorrow to show what I mean, but you can see it has this little divot. And this one has the ring, which is typical of all the prequel trilogy masks that I've seen opened up. So, I don't know, but also on the prequel trilogy heads, it looks like the eyes are a little bigger. And I'm going to do some Photoshop overlays from the new and the old to see how they compare. And they line up, and line up all the landmarks on the face. The key areas that gives me that suspicion is right here, this little area between where the hole of the eye is and the kind of like the side of the face returns is clearly a little thinner on this mask than on this one. And the prequel trilogy is very thin right here, and I'm thinking that this could be from one of those. It's my suspicion. Could be wrong, but that's what I think. Another weird thing about this mask is it's got the bottom sealed up, and it's not exact, but it looks a lot like a side knee ring for C3PO, like the disc for his knee. It's a little different than the ones I've seen, but maybe somebody's attempted a replica. I have no idea. So if anybody knows the origins of this and they can help me out, that'd be great. But like I said, the actual mask sizes meet up perfectly. From, like I said, from here to the back of the ring is identical size to this one. So anyway, you can see those aren't really wearable at the moment. So what I'm probably going to do is take castings of each one and make myself a new one that I'll fix up and clean up for a mask. It came with a back too, and the back is it has the nice little shape here that I've never really seen on too many of the other replicas. That has a little kind of sculpted edge, and a lot of them are a little straighter. The front's a mess, needs a lot of work. You can see it's broken, bad fiberglassing, and breaks everywhere down here. But this part is it's ugly, but it's in pretty good shape. It's got the typical, like, the offset vent. Like in the movie, if you see a good shot from dead on the back, this thing's slightly offset to one side. You see it's not quite centered. It's sort of hard to tell in the photo, but you can see how it's kind of like off to one edge a little bit. And it's pretty neat. And one of the things about this mask is, like, here's one I've been wearing, and here's this one. You can see there's a pretty good size difference in the faces. They're next to each other, if you can tell. Maybe even more obvious with this other one. But let me see if I line up the brows. It's a pretty good difference in scale. You see from the chin to the tip of the nose how much bigger this one is. And there's a lot of room inside of it. So I don't know if anybody's interested. Once I get these done up, I may do a GT Props Threepio head based on maybe a hybrid between these two. I like the ring on the newer style masks, but I like the face on this one more. The detail's a little sharper. It's very sharp on the other one too, but this one's just like almost perfect. So I'm pretty excited about getting one of these wearable. And you see the mouth is very deep compared to any other prop I've seen. I don't know if I can get the light in there. But this also is like really terrible fiberglass job. You can see there's a puddle of resin in there. And it's pretty feels old, like the fiberglass is getting kind of brittle. So backs are essentially, you can see there's a little bit of a shape difference, but scale wise they actually almost line up perfectly with the resin cast version that I have as far as the inner shape here. But yeah, I'm going to try to get a little bit more information on the origins of these, see if I can pinpoint it a little more precisely, because this one is just so curious to me. I don't know what the exact story is behind it, but it's very interesting. And I'll probably use these measurements, cast the other head, cut this ring to match, and then I'll make some new eyes from scratch, 3D printed ones that are an exact match for the Empire Strikes Back head. So thanks for stopping by, and I will be back soon. Hopefully the next one will be the tutorial.